Hey, just wanted to do a quick video on this T20 thermal I've had for a couple years. As you can see, the little rubber ring has came off, but it still doesn't stop the zoom. This is actually better. It's like gnarled. That was super glue I tried to get to keep it on. There's one dog right there. Wow, that's nice. So this is a T20 by Torrey Logic, or it's actually called Sector Optics now. So this unit essentially is the first gen, there you go, Sector Optics, of the T20 range. This one differs because the new T20, the T20X, and I think the other one's a T20C, I think is what it is, XC or something. They are actually 9 hertz. This is 30 hertz, but it's still only a 80 by 60 pixel range for the thermal camera. So I mean, it's okay. I mean, you can see blobs of things. I mean, close range is not too bad. It's a 3x to an 8x optical zoom. I'm sorry, 3x to a 5x. I'm thinking about another model optical zoom. There's no zoom on the actual in the menu here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fire it up real quick. I'm gonna show you kind of the menus, show you what's in there, show you what it can do, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you the dogs in the thermal to the left here. And then I'm gonna go outside and show you that this thing can even see the moon. So here we go. So you power it up by hitting this button over here to the right. Hold it down. Get a nice little tree comes up. That's the original, I guess, logo for the company. So I got this about 80% brightness. You can see at the top right, there's a battery level. You can see in the top left, you'll see the zoom rate. If I were to turn this knob, it would actually move across, and you'd see that. I do have a reticle on right now, and I'll show you where that goes in a minute. But if I hold this down, I can take that reticle off. Bam. All right. If I also hold that button down too, which is also changes the color palette, there's green. There's like a rainbow kind of predator look. There's white hot, black hot, and then there's the green. And the green's good because there's not too much glare comes off when you're like in a tree stand or at night. And it actually does have good contrast because it just glows very brightly. So it's a little easy to determine. It's just like being in black hot or white hot, except the only difference is green. Um, so if I were to hold this button down right here, it's going to pull up my menu. I'll pop the reticle up for a second, but keep holding it. There you go. So there's a display menu. Hit this button on the right here to move it over and get in there. Actually, let me see. Yeah, that goes down. I just didn't hit it hard enough. Display, click that, and it gives you the option for brightness. Gives I had 100%. I'm sorry. Sharp, on or off. That's it. I mean, I can't really tell a difference. And then this zoom indicator. That's just a calibration for that. So what it does, you click on that, and then you would move the zoom from positive. Or I'm sorry, increase to decrease. So negative to positive, and then it just regulates that so it shows on the screen. Nothing too fancy here. And I'm just going to go down. And like, let me show you the bright real quick. So if I hit this button on the right, it goes over there, and then I hit the left button, make my adjustment to the brightness. I usually keep it around 80 because it's not too bright, and it's also, so I'm just going to keep it there. Press this button, locks it down, gets it back over, and once that highlight on the left there, this moves you down. Then go back. Next one's the reticle. So it may say the reticle's not on, but we can fix that. So yeah, you have to re-enable it. Press that. There you go. And then it gives you the type. So press this. There's going to be a, let's see if I can get a good, there we go. See if we can get something. There you go. So that one's like a open box with a dot in it. A red version. A little square or a little rectangle box. Red version of that. There's 6 reticles total. And then there's the chevron, and that goes in red too. There's a dog coming in. It's a furry one. The quality sucks because I'm showing on my camera, but it's not bad once you see it in person. So I'm good with that. Go over, and you can obviously remove the pixels left or right, horizontally and vertically, negative and positive. So that's the way you sight it in if you were to use it as like a gun sight. I haven't done that yet because I don't want to mess it up, and also I don't want to. It just isn't high quality, so I wouldn't. I'm not gonna go capping anything yet. But I can't see what it is. Go back. The sleep, all that is pretty much you got the dim 1 minute. So if you're not touching it, it will dim. Go on standby after 5 and shut off after 10. And this thing is very sensitive. You blow on it, it'll jump out of that load. So you don't have to worry about that. So if you're sitting in the stand and you sit on something, if you move a little bit, it will jump out of it. It's not, you don't have to like pick it up too much. I mean, if you just blow on it wrong way, like I said a minute ago, it will come out of sleep mode. So that's a good thing. So when you're ready to go. And I think the battery on this thing, I think it lasts around 8 hours. So the low quality does help a little bit. It does not burn as much battery as a higher quality unit, but there are some higher quality units that do have a pretty good runtime. But as far as for what this is and how small it is, it's perfect. Pocket size, doesn't look weird, and you can go from there. This is just showing you some information on the version. Obviously, can't do much with that. It is what it is. Factory reset, and then your languages. There's like 15 different types of languages, so that's cool. And then your exit button. And then, like I said, from here before, you saw that you adjust the brightness, everything there. But this is pretty much, and then your nuke, your NUC, it does it every 30 seconds. But if you were to press this power button right here and press it, you'll see it kind of freeze up. There you go. It just resetted that. So you can do it manually on demand. Like I said, it's something you don't see a huge difference with it. Palette change, like I showed you, the reticle. So I'm just going to show you these doggies and run through the palettes real quick, so you can kind of see the details. And you can see that 30 hertz frame rate. And those lines going vertically, that's just from filming it. The noses are cold. Look at that. You can see some pretty good detail. And like I said, it's only an 80 by 60. So for close range, it's fun. And it's a 3X, so I'm getting pretty close to the dogs. Again, that was a heater. So that's pretty obvious. Back up a little bit so you can see that. Sorry. Oops. Cool. Let's see. Oops, sorry. There you go. Like I said, that pulsation is not normal. All right, we're going to go outside for a minute and look around. So I want to show you this. There's the moon. All right. How's that for a detection range? Let me use the zoom. I'm going to take my hand down. Obviously, those other things were clouds. All right, now we got the 8x zoom on. See if I can find a plane in the sky too. There we go. There we go. Sorry for that. Trying to get the focus. Sorry, guys. There we go. Looks like the clouds are covering it up. Yeah. But you get the idea. So you can detect the moon. You can see the shape of a plane when it flies by. You can do all that stuff. So like I said, T20. Hold this down to turn it off. Bam, comes the lanyard. Comes in like a little baby box. I probably only go through one of these batteries, 1 or 2 a year, because that's as much as I use it. This is a little camera in the front. Not very bad. I keep it in a little pouch. It's very cool. It's been a good little thing. I do have a scope mount for it. Oh, shows you which way to put the battery in, because it's not marked inside. Very cool. I'm glad I picked it up. I'll never get rid of it. It's a good little unit. Like I said, it's a 30 hertz, so you can't even really get these anymore unless you find a used one. The new ones are all 9 hertz from what I can see. They do have some better units right now. They have one I think it's called a T3. And that one is basically has a longer body on this where the camera is. I think it's a 120 or 160 over 120, I believe. So it's the next step up. It does have, I think, a different zoom range, and I think it's still only a 9 hertz too. But yeah, the 30 hertz, you can't go back down to 9 when you have a 30 hertz. So, and then Leopold LTO I have on my page too. I got rid of that because the screen was too small and it really didn't have much zoom. But the clarity is a little better, and it was a 30 hertz as well. And it was very nice, but like I said, I wanted something smaller that I can mount and possibly shoot from if I wanted to. So just wanted to do a quick video just to show this thing off. It's pretty cool in case anybody's looking to buy one. Torrey Pines Logic, perfect little thing for spotting. But like I said, again, close range, you're not going to get much, but if you're in a tree stand and you're in the woods, it's awesome because you can just scan the area, especially when it's right between where the leaves are falling and you still have a little bit of green on the trees and things like that, like opening day of the hunting season. You can pick up on little blobs behind there that you may not see with the naked eye. I actually shot a deer at about, I think it was 180 yards away. I had no idea that deer was there. I'm sitting up in a ground blind, and I scanned the area, and I just caught a blimp of just a blob of something hot, and it wasn't a squirrel. And I took my scope and I pointed in that direction and looked, and it was 4 deer walking up to the food plot. So, and I didn't even see them because they weren't out of the woods yet. So it is a nice little tool, and like I said, it fits right in your bag, fits right in your hand. You can take an extra battery with you. I'm very big on, removable batteries, just because, it's just more convenient to pop a new one in, and I don't have to worry about having to buy this special battery if something gets discontinued or something like that. And I just like the idea of having its own battery. I don't care about Wi-Fi and pictures and all that stuff. It's just review. It does none of that stuff. Very basic, but they do have some pretty cool units. So something to think about. And like I said, that white stuff is just super glue. I tried to glue that rubber piece on. It's like a rubber ring that goes around here that makes it easier, but it's a little stiff. So that rubber ring came off very quickly in the thing there. So, all right. Well, thank you. Any questions? Put them in the comments.